teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, listeners and learners. The Most Honorable Present Prime Minister Modi ji, respected ministers and doctors, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, of imagination. We imagine unimaginative things. We read unread things. We speak unspoken things. And we write unwritten things. We listen unlistened. It is happening today in the age of science. We believe in reason and intellect. Our intellectual power has been increased by the use of science in the different sectors of agriculture, industry, economy, society, communication, transportation, hospitals, railways, post offices. In all the sectors of economy, we see advancement of science. It happened in the past, in 19th and 20th century period. So it is not an extraordinary and uncommon change that has brought revolutionary and visionary change. In this revolution in information technology, we are going ultimately and resultingly, we have to face a lot of environmental and atmospheric problems. Use of science gave us, provided us the platform and infrastructure to use the maximum talents, manner, but it means not that we are to be independent. It means not that we are to be dependent on scientific advancements totally. Sometimes our youngsters take the science as the form of God. No doubt it's a kind of source or mean to achieve the ultimate, but it is not all and all for us. Science and tech is the way, it is the mean, it is the source. To achieve the highest goal of life that our forefathers, foretellers, forecasters, freedom fighters, gave us in the form of the holy scriptures of this holy land. Forerunners, foretellers, forecasters, those who came in India and they selected this holy motherland of India. Why? Because of its purity, sanctity and sacredness. They came to address the message of the Lord our God. Their aim is to provide us the truth of science to spirituality. As we see uncounted advancements in science are destroying, damaging our environment. Nature is the common concept of all. It is rightly said about nature that nature never cheat, beat, and deceive us, never betray us. But worldly people, even our internal family, sensual pleasure always there is to come close nature. It is rightly said by William Wordsworth to her sister Dorothy Richardson. He makes her understand that never love with worldly people, always love with animals, birds, even in the form of 5 elements of this human body. It happened when there was the attachment with the worldly things, with the scientific things. So there was revolution in 1789 that brought harmful, damageable, destroyable conditions for all the sectors of environment and atmosphere. So ultimately, it was decided by William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. They wrote numberless poems in praise of environment, in praise of trees, plants, birds, mountains, atmospherically and environmentally. And they concluded that nature is always friendly and familiar. True nature gives us a spontaneous overflow of our powerful feelings that are recollected in tranquility of our heart and mind. Whenever anybody feels alone, loneliness, solitude, then this nature comes close to help the man, to help the poor, downtrodden, rejected people of our society. It is proved that nature is always benefactor. Nature is always understand the family of nature, then we see the results in the form of high temperature of the environment, natural imbalances in the form of droughts, heavy rainfall, cyclones, landsliding, any kind of imbalance that may occur anywhere due to imbalance in nature. Nature is always friendly and familiar with us. So, Wordsworth says somewhere, return to the nature. If you want to have the true happiness of life, return to your childhood. It is the nature that gives us true freedom, independence, self-confidence, and nature makes us transparent. Nature makes us able to believe in the truth. Nature makes us clear, clean, healthy, wealthy and wise. Nature has given us numberless merits for the futuristic generation. So nature is to be worshipped. It is written in the Holy Bible. Humanity is our caste. What is humanity? Humanity, what has come from? Human. Why a man is known by saying man? Because of mind. It is said that there are three functions of the mind. Conscious, unconscious mind is that mind that speaks only in the dream. So our subconscious mind is the most powerful mind of the man. Psychologically, psychologists have analyzed that common man's mind creates 72 ideas in 1 minute, but collectively we can say 216 ideas our mind create in 1 minute. It is the speed of thinking by the common man. But what is the speed of thinking of the minister, doctor, advocates? It is beyond to reach. Unimaginable speed our mind has in the form of imagination. Today on social media, we are using YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, websites, Google, internetology, technology, digitalogy, electronology have brought revolutionary and visionary change in the minds of the people, in the lives of the people. No doubt we are using 5G. In future, we may use 10G. It's not surprising thing for India, because India itself is the natural country with having the outstanding and amazing examples of mega science. Our forefathers, our foretellers, forecasters, starters of the different religions have written that our holy scriptures are the form of mega science. But it means not that we are not to praise the mind of man, because man's mind today is growing day by day, but its use should be for the welfare of humanity. It should be the true aim of the science and our mind. In medical science, we see that numberless inventions, test tube babies are being produced. It is the great blessing of the Lord or God for those persons who want to have their young ones. But misuse may bring bad effects on the health if we will not use this technology in the proper way, in the advantageous and meritorious way that God has blessed us. Likely that we see numberless other advantages of science. Scientifically, in the field of agriculture, industry, communication, transportation, hospitals, post office, railway stations, everywhere we find innovative and inventive approach. It happens due to the advancement in science. God has made this mind to think everything logically and argumentatively. But without it creates harm to nature, has created not by Lord or nature, air, fire, soil, sky. These five elements have their different nature. These are the creators of this creation, and these five elements brings revolution, pollution, drug addiction. So it is rightly said by our great man that tree plant, how we can cooperate, how we can contribute, how we can support this nation. The equilibrium in the atmosphere or environment. Traditionally and conventionally, if we go back, when in our villages there was interdependency between village and city. There was interdependency between farmer and industrialist. They were correlated each other. But today, due to advancement in science, everyone has become individual. Individuality is harmful because it takes us away from the collectivity of the nature. Nature is the name of collectivity. Nature is the name of unity. Nature is the name of oneness, equality. Nature always gives us peace and prosperity. It is written by our holy fathers, holy spiritual fathers, those who came with the message of oneness for the humanity. It is rightly said by the Lord or God in our holy scriptures that our body is the temple of God, our heart is the seat of God. Why they have called our heart is the seat of God? Because God lives in the deepest part of this human body, not in hair, skin, bone, brain, kidney, lungs, stomach. Why does he live in heart only? Actually, he lives everywhere. It is said in the holy scriptures of our holy land that he is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, almighty. He is shapeless, figureless, sizeless. He cannot be identified easily. He can be felt only in the form of joy, delight, rejoicefulness. But he came in the form of human body. Time to time, he showed his presence on this earth. He is omniscient. He is, he was, he will. In past, present and future. So our great man has rightly said that firstly he lives in heart. Heart never breaks. If it takes rest, then every body part will take rest forever. So, our holy fathers, holy spiritual fathers, instructed us, directed us, informed us to spend the time, to spend the life with the order of Lord of God, how He directs us, how He informs us, instructs us, we should follow Him by the core of our heart. It is very easy for the meditator, for the practitioner, physical trainer, but along with that it needs intellectual training, literary training, emotional training, spiritual training, personal, professional and public training. These are the different trainings that are needed by our mind. Our great man advised us, consulted us, guided us. Never feel alone. Social reformist Swami Vivekananda, who spent his time with nature, he spent his time in idolatry for a long time. But after interviewing inside the human body, the form of God, He thought he has a great need of physical, spiritual trainer. So he found spiritual, physical trainer in the form of Ramakrishna Paramhans, who verified him about his internal God, internal presence of Lord in the human body. Then he believed, then he verified, became confident, the most confident, and left the practices of idolatry, worshipping statues. He left it all. Canada, Australia, in the different developed countries, he went for addressing the true message of this Indian holy culture. Swamiji says that my country is known by character, it's known by culture, not by colors. The personality of the man in my country is determined by character, not by uniform or dresses. Means my country is the country of internal insight, not of outwardnesses. It is India, where I born. I proud on my country. I respect all holy religions of the Holy Land. I accept, I respect, I thank, I welcome all holy religions of this holy world. He addressed to the worldly people. India's holy land is the most tolerated land of the world. Time to time, many attackers came in India, but it's the unshaken Indian Holy Land created its cementedness and concreteness in the world. It was addressed by Swamiji. Success is not the name of platform. Success is the name of unrelenting, unceasing and unstopping efforts. Success is the name of regularity and continuity until you achieve your ultimate goal of life. Swamiji addressed the worldly people about the mantra of success. Further, he analyzed that one can bring revolutionary and visionary change in the all. Everything that we have around us change. By doing action. In the Bhagavad Gita, the holy scripture of the Hindu people, it is said that action is religion. There is the direction of action. Work is worship, कर्म ही धर्म है, कार्य ही पूजा है. God helps those it was addressed by our holy scriptures of this holy strong and ardent believer of the holy literature of the Hindu people. He addressed the worldly people, return to the Vedas, return to your childhood, return to your present lies in the past. It has the great fundamentals and basics of this human culture. Our Indian holy rivers are holy. It is explained in our holy scriptures that we find varieties, diversities, adversities in this holy land. Multicultured and multicolored people we find here. Multicultured and multidimensionality. Thank you, brothers and sisters. You are listening. Your presence is praiseworthy, admirable and appreciable of your life. If someone listens, he plays the part of judge, but if someone speaks, then he plays. Thank you, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, doctors and directors. Thank you. Thanks all of you. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad.